Hi guys.
Things
hello.
Oh, hello.
Good
Hi,
afternoon.
Idris. Hello.
Hi, my name is Carol. I work for AllBook Editor. Okay. Beatriz is my boss.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
doing this interview with you today. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Indeed.
Just a second. I'm gonna put my earphones. Okay.
Okay.
Sure. No worries.
Do you just permanently have that background in your house?
You know, I was gonna take it down, and it's like it's pointless. I've got press tomorrow. I literally have press tomorrow, and then I've got press the weekend. So I'm like, what is the point? I might just live here.
It literally does feel like you now live in a little tiny studio that has many. Just surrounded
just
by your
my
products.
Just yeah.
Are you guys listening to me?
We should just have a revolving. Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Can we start it?
Yes,
sure.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank you so much for doing this with us today.
Not at all.
And we are very happy to announce that AllBook will be the editor that's going to publish Clanlands, Uísque, Warfare, and Scottish Aventure like no other in Brazil.
Fantastic. And there it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
There they are. I've got
I mean,
them all.
I do have the two versions of it. Okay.
Okay.
You've got the two versions.
Come on. You just beat me right now. You just beat me.
There's none left for Brazil.
We're
very, very happy, aren't we, Wayne?
Yes, we are. Very happy.
Scotland is a very beautiful country with many spectacular landscapes and everything. If you have to choose just one place to live in for the rest of your life in Scotland, what place would it be?
In Scotland?
In Scotland.
In Scotland.
Ooh, that's a good question. For me, I think Edinburgh is one of the most beautiful cities. I'm from Edinburgh, and it is beautiful. If you know another great book, Harry Potter, that's where obviously you know, a lot of it was inspired from. But I think that would be a fantastic city to live in. But because I'm from there, I'm not going to say Edinburgh.
Okay. You're suspicious to say that.
I'm gonna say I think the islands. I love the islands. So
I'm annoyingly I'm going to say exactly the same. I would say Edinburgh. Edinburgh, because it's such a wonderful walking city. It's got such a I've lived and worked there most of my life, and every day I discover something different when I go there. But the islands, I would agree with Sam about the islands. It would just have to be one of the islands that wasn't too far from the mainland. So you know, like maybe Mull, somewhere like that. I don't think I could go the full hog and go out to Barra or something.
You'd have to buy a boat if you lived there, obviously, and then you don't want to spend so much time commuting to work.
That's right.
So
that's right. Yes.
Wow. Okay, thank you. Clanlands came about after you recorded Men in Kilts, right? So whose was idea? Whose idea was the whole thing? The book, the TV program? Who invited who to do it?
I mean, Sam rang me in my kitchen about doing a podcast, and then quickly that turned into a GoPro experience, which then turned into filming with an actual crew. So yes, Sam was the one that rang me about that, but we've been talking about doing something. But the book, I'm actually a little unsure about how who can you remember?
I went to my my agents, and we just spoke about, you know, the fact that you were in town in London. I went to speak to my publishing agent, and we were like, you know what? We don't know anything. We don't know what we're doing, but could we make a book of this? And there was a lot of interest. You know, we've been approached by other publishers, and I think, you know, we're just like, okay, well, let's see if anyone really wants it. And Hodder came up very quickly, and we're super interested. So they kind of both came at the same time. I think the TV show and the book also kind of at the same time. So
they all overlapped. They
Yeah.
overlapped, you know, because we'd done a little bit of filming ourselves on our own over weekends when Sam wasn't doing Outlander, and then we started writing the book. And we started writing the book before we actually shot the second half of our filming experience. So they kind of fed into each other.
So the book is basically the first road trip we went on. We went on this road trip in last 2 years ago now, while I was shooting Outlander, and we did it over a number of weekends. And we basically did this to then make a pilot episode, I suppose, or pilot material to then sell the show. So that's what the book is. But I think it's slightly more in depth, don't you think, Graham?
Yeah, definitely.
Than the TV show. We go into a lot more of the history, the culture, and a lot more characters of people we meet in the book that you don't meet in the TV show.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can see it in the background.
I can see somebody's hand moving. Nice.
Sorry.
Nice. I like that.
Could you describe
That was
Clanlands
great.
in 5 words?
Describe Clanlands in 5 words. Oh my goodness.
Ooh. Riotous.
Yeah. Spontaneous.
Historical.
Historical.
Good
Like
one.
it. Surprising.
And friendship.
Yes, friendship. There you go.
That's amazing.
Riotous, surprising friendship.
I love it. I really love it.
Yeah.
Graham already said that always wanted to write a book. And now the first one is out. Do you want to write another one?
Yes.
Really? Same
Yes.
thing?
Oh, do you?
A different one?
No, yeah, well, yeah, we do. Yes. I mean,
Yes.
we do. We do want to.
So it was a really great experience for you too.
It was.
Despite having to spend a lot of time together, not only in a car, a camper van, driving around Scotland, but also writing together. During the lockdown of coronavirus, we were writing virtually back and forth. But yeah, I think for some reason Graham has forgotten the pain and the hardship, and he wants to write another book. So
yes. No, it was a really interesting experience because the way we wrote it, we would literally have these shared Google Docs, which obviously took me a while to work out how to use. But once I worked out how to use it, I would be adding something, and then Sam would add something, and then he'd comment on something that I'd said, and then I would comment on something that he had said. So it was like a conversation, and that process I found really, really interesting. That 2 contrasting perspectives on the same experience.
you say a conversation, I would say an argument.
A spirited debate.
Why is that? Why?
No, not an argument. No, just just different views of the same.
Different
event.
opinions, different points of views.
Yeah.
Nothing
Okay.
wrong with that. Nothing wrong.
And what about you, Sam? Do you want to write another book?
Oh yes. I think both of us have ideas of writing more, and we loved the whole process. It was so rewarding actually, and I couldn't have asked for a better co-author and co-writer, co-author, and I think I just enjoyed the whole process. So hopefully there'll be more Clanlands and other books as well. So
Indeed.
We just hope everyone in Brazil likes it. That they want to come to Scotland. Yeah.
Yes.
Any remarkable moment while you were writing the book? Besides the sharing of Google Docs?
Why we were writing?
Yeah.
While we were writing.
Yeah.
While we were writing.
Yeah. Well, I think But I think, just the fact that we were other sides of the world, and
True.
we've been on this amazing road trip together and spent so much time really in a very, very close environment, a very small van driving around Scotland. And and actually, you know what, it just made me realize as we wrote it and recounted it, like how special it was and how fantastic it was. And I think that just, we all take for granted all the things that we used to think, traveling or seeing your friends or whatever, going to restaurants or whatever it is. We took it for granted. And now you're like, oh my God, these simple things are the things we want to do. And hopefully when people read this book, they realize that it's the simple things that are most enjoyable.
Yeah, it's as simple as stepping outside of your front door and going on an adventure, really. And not really knowing where the adventure is going to lead. I think isn't
that the first quote we use from Lord of the Rings? There it is, and it's it's a dangerous business, Graham. Going out your door, you step onto the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you might be swept off to. It's from Lord of the Rings.
The Lord of the Rings.
That's right.
We
talking.
Wow, I read it.
Well done, mate. That was almost...
Are you suggesting that I was just copying that?
I'm a little bit of geek. I'm a little bit of
What else
geek.
did we say?
Yes, a little bit of geek.
A little bit, just a little bit.
I'll come up with some more quotes.
Do you guys know any word in Portuguese?
Olá.
Olá.
Obrigado.
Obrigado. Wow. The easiest one.
I know that word too. Obrigado.
2 words.
What
else do we know?
It's a beautiful
Clanlands.
Clanlands?
It's a beautiful sounding language. I think Portuguese is a beautiful sounding language. It's really lovely, actually.
Do you think that?
I do. Yes, just the way words are formed.
I love the sound of the French and Italian. It's very very sweet to my ears.
Also beautiful. Also beautiful. German, not so much.
Not so much. When you speak German, you sound like you're fighting to someone. You're arguing to someone. I do think that.
Yes, or, ordering them to do something. Yeah. That's right.
But I find German easier to learn than French or
really
any of these Latin.
Are you kidding me?
I do. Yeah. I know. I wish I could. I wish I knew Portuguese. I wish I knew it. I just. I guess I'm getting too old now, but I would love someone to teach me. So maybe I'll read. Maybe I'll read Clanlands in Portuguese and learn it.
That's an experience to share after all.
That's a big promise, which we're going to hold you to, aren't we?
Yes. The next book I write will
read it out loud.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
Have you ever come to Brazil?
We'd love to go to Brazil, wouldn't we?
Really?
We would love to. Have you been, Graham?
No, I have to confess, I'm a little bit obsessed with Brazil.
To Brazil?
I have been since I was a child.
Any specific country, any specific city?
Partly the thing, but I was always interested personally in the areas nearer to the Amazon River. I actually wrote a book when I was a teenager called, a ridiculous title, The Inca Guns, which has nothing to do with Brazil, of course, but I was only 13. And it was all about the Amazon. It was about this adventure on the Amazon River. And so I've always wanted to go to Brazil.
Oh, we must. I've been to Sao Paulo. I played Batman in a show there, in an arena show, and we played in the arena in Sao Paulo. And I specifically remember it was so warm there, and I was playing Batman, and I was hanging upside down, waiting for the second half of the show, and I'm in my full Batman outfit, and my sweat was coming out of my mask, down my nose, and dripping down onto the floor, down the nose and down hundreds of feet below onto the audience, and I could see them, and then they didn't see me sweating on them, but it was beautiful.
God.
I had a week off, and I went to Ilha Bela.
Yes. That's
which I think
very
is
beautiful.
an island. Oh, so beautiful. So I loved it. And the people were amazing, and it was the food was good. So we should come back. We'll come back.
I know that Outlander is very popular in Brazil.
Very much.
A lot of people contact me from Brazil.
Very much. They really love the show here. Really.
Oh, that's
really
great.
We
that's
have
great.
to go then.
And I think there's actually a Scottish connection with Brazil. I mean, there are pipe bands in Brazil, I think.
Yeah.
Bagpipe bands.
Are there?
I'm pretty sure there are. Yeah. It's unusual. You wouldn't expect it, but
That could be the next Men in Kilts. Right?
Wow.
Yes, I would definitely be up for that.
We're coming. We'll take you
We're
up.
coming.
We're coming.
Yes.
We're on our way.
Could you name 3 things that cannot be missing on a trip through Scotland?
Cool.
Well, whiskey.
Yeah.
Whiskey. Okay.
Whiskey. Number 1. I guess I'm gonna say haggis or food.
Food is a
larger
bigger thing.
Food.
Scottish food.
A sense of humor. Yes.
Yes, very good.
You need a sense of humor. Yeah, because there are always going to be challenges along the way.
To face any obstacle, any challenge.
Yeah, I mean, driving in Scotland, especially in a camper van, is not the easiest thing because the roads are so narrow, as Sam would know because he was doing the driving.
But also the weather is extremely difficult, and if you have a grumpy travel companion, obviously you need to make sure that they're happy all the time.
Yeah. And did you succeed in that?
No.
You keep happy all the time? No, you didn't.
No.
About the Men in Kilts trip, what was the most special moment to you guys? The remarkable one?
We'll let you go for that.
Wow, it's a very difficult one. I think all told, probably visiting the Culloden battlefield, and I mean there were lots, but that was very emotionally significant, I think. And because we'd done a lot of research and we'd had a big build up when we actually got there, I think it was, that was a special moment for sure.
Yeah, and it's a very historical moment. It's a very important battlefield, and in the book as well. It obviously we build up to that in the book as well, because if you don't know, it is a very pivotal moment in British history and Scottish history and the rest of the world as well. So I think, that's a great moment. But for me, I think on the road trip, to be honest, it was when we're together. Like we were, as Graham said, a sense of humor, and we're on bicycles, we're on tandems, we're in the car, we're all over, doing all kinds of crazy things, and it was just fun to be with someone that you enjoy going on a road trip with.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. I wish I could have met that person. Yeah.
How was
so I had to ask for Graham instead.
Boom.
How was to you guys during the process of shooting Men in Kilts? Because I know it was shoot during the pandemic, right? During the most critical part of the pandemic, the lockdown and stuff like that, right? How was to you?
Yeah. It was, well, we were lucky because we fell in between the 2 lockdowns in the UK, and it was I mean, we at some point didn't know for sure whether we would be able to film it.
Wow.
But we did, and while we were doing it, I was never worried, never afraid of anything. I was just We did what we needed to do to make sure that everything was safe and smooth and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was never concerned at all.
Yeah, we were one of the first, I think. Weren't we? We were one of the first shows to shoot after the first lockdown. So there were definitely new things we had to get accustomed to, you know, the protocols and that I think at first was for us kind of scary, and also we didn't know what we were doing. But yeah, we were very lucky that we managed to keep everyone safe, and that we were allowed to go on this great epic adventure, this great road trip. So yeah, feel fortunate.
Yeah.
And what about Sam, the new season of Outlander? Oh, I do have a book here. Okay.
Yes, the new season of Outlander. Well, you have the book?
Yeah, here.
I think I'm losing you a little bit, but yeah, we
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, interesting cover.
It's a picture from,
like it.
Yeah, that's from the end of season 2, I think.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a great cover. We are shooting Outlander season 6 right now. Yeah, and it's good to be back, and obviously things are quite challenging right now, but it's good. It's good to be working, and hopefully the Droughtlander won't be too long. But obviously, you know, people can watch Men in Kilts, and they can read it in the book, so that'll keep them.
Watch the show.
Read the
buy
book.
the T-shirt.
Watch the show. Buy the T-shirt and look at the pictures. And yeah, no, we're really happy to be working again. It's so nice. Yeah.
Oh. Sam, you do have your own whiskey brand, right? Tell me how this idea pop out to you. Are you thinking about selling in Brazil?
Oh, wow. Yes. I mean, love to sell in Brazil. I do have my own whiskey brand, obviously.
You just
don't drink much whiskey, but just
a little zip, zip.
We, yeah, I wanted a sip. Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh my God.
But yes, it's something I'm very proud of, and it's delicious. I haven't sent Graham any whiskey yet, but he will get it. It's fantastic whiskey. It's award-winning, and
newsflash. A bottle of your whiskey is currently being held in customs. That's being delivered to me. Obviously, you didn't send it.
Oh, good.
But
no, I
somebody
didn't
has
send
sent a bottle of your whiskey. No, a bottle of your whiskey, which unfortunately it's being held in customs because I have to pay for the customs duty in order for it to be delivered.
Pay it. It's worth it. Most people.
It's worth it.
Most people would pay for that, but you just don't care. You don't care.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to tasting it.
Good. Well, you tasted quite a bit on the road trip, but yeah, we're really happy, and we're doing a new release in America, and then hopefully in Brazil as well at some point. But it's great stuff, and we're working on some other stuff as well, which is really exciting. So
can you tell us what stuff?
Oh, maybe more spirits, more things that Graham can't drink or get. So
yes,
anything that he's not allowed. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I accept
spirits
that.
that Graham is allowed to drink.
And I'll just to wrap it up, to finish, a quick game, okay? I will say a word, and you say the first thing that's.
Oh, a game. Okay.
Yeah, the first thing that pops out to your mind, okay?
Yeah.
To you, Graham. Sam.
Okay. This could get very interesting. Oh, this is sorry.
The word
that's
is
a word
Sam.
that
The word is
that
Sam.
was it.
Okay.
That was it.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were asking.
Start again.
So the word is Sam.
The word is Sam.
And the first
Sam's
word
name.
that comes
Okay,
into
Sam.
my mind.
The first word that comes to your mind.
Perky.
Okay.
Oh, perky. Oh, lovely.
To you, Sam. Graham.
Careful.
Friendship.
Oh, that's cute.
Cute.
Road trip.
Who's that?
Insurance.
Insurance. Okay. Camper van.
Small.
Small. Tiny. Okay. Whiskey.
Sassenach.
Delicious. Oh. Unbelievable. Delicious. Yes.
Okay.
Terrible.
Book.
Shameless. Book.
Clanlands.
Okay.
Book.
Okay.
Pleasure.
Book.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Book. Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Sassenach.
Yes.
Outsider, foreigner,
Outsider.
but yet
Yeah.
welcoming.
Well,
Outlander.
actually, Katrina.
Katrina's. Oh, that's good.
I think of Katrina.
Okay.
That's good.
I do.
Scotland.
Home.
Home. Both of us.
And the last one, Brazil.
Beauty.
Adventure.
I like that.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
we must go
guys.
to Brazil.
It's
We
a
would love to
pleasure.
meet you guys.
Can't wait to see you
Yes.
here.
Yes, we feel the same.
Yeah, we'd love to come.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much, so much one more time for doing this interview with us today. Thank you.
Of course.
No problem at all, my love.
No
We
problem. Yeah.
love it.
Thanks
love
for
it,
having
love
us.
it, love it.
Okay.
That was my pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Bye,
Thank
Sam.
you so
See you
Nice
much.
too. Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Obrigada.